All right, chat. How we doing? How we feeling? Good, I hope. Got ourselves a look at the schedule right now, everybody, in a second. But before that, let's peep the actual leaderboard. Just take a quick little look over at how that's been going for us all season long. My name being Why Not, obviously. So welcome back and welcome in. Hopefully you had a good weekend. That's always the time that you want to recharge for the new one to come. Still, ever consistent are Slump and Shane. They sit at the top side of the board there. No doubts about that. And Trick, as well as his teammate in Goodbye, have been getting a little bit higher and higher in the boards. I think it goes to say that the more games played, you probably expect to obviously have more wins than a lot of other teams, but 17 in the most of the league so far out of any of the teams, that's going to be a pretty good one. I gotta say, it's pretty poppin', as well as the fact that Laboom and Caker both have 11 games played. It's just Laboom's squad that's doing that a little bit better. But it's going to be anybody's game to place for that, top playoff area. But as far as like the number one seed goes, yeah, I mean Shane and Slump have that one under lock and key, it seems like right now for sure. So let's do ourselves a favor and just peep on the bottom side of the board one more time, and then we'll check what's going on in the schedule. 2 wins for HAMBOOGA, Tiski, Decrad, and Fusion's teams. They are certainly not playing out 100% to their capacities, but let's look at the fact that Nate and Cameron are absolutely undefeated right now. They have not taken a loss in the slightest, beating out the likes of Fusion's roster. Frizzy, a good name to take down, definitely for sure. STX not so far off away from them. We've got Trick having fallen to them, Langor, and then Frizzy once again at the beginning of the season too. So let's take a look at that schedule and see what it has for us to offer today. Things are looking pretty good. As you can see, up next, being that Frizzy Decrad matchup, Fusion and Jared later on. Beyond that, Caker and STX, Nate and Trick once more, as well as the finishing of Louie and HAMBOOGA. So that's definitely going to be a good close to our night, in my opinion. I think that HAMBOOGA team is really needing to come back to life a little bit after what's been a really tough watch for the season. Only just getting their most recent wins, but it was against Team Louie, actually, funny enough, that they had claimed victory against most recently. 9-2 yesterday, as a matter of fact. So this rematch comes not long after their win at all. It is almost immediately after it, as a matter of fact. So that's going to be a tough one for maybe Louie as well as Wumbo to stomach. But we're going to go and focus a little bit more in and hone in on the game that we have immediately ahead of us. As you see, the big ones on that left side, it's Frizzy and Decrad. Taking a peek over now to the stat lines that we're going to witness for that. Let's check out what we got going on as far as stakes. The who will win very much so a landslide for Frizzy and Little Beer. Decrad and Laiku not yet putting together their pieces to make themselves look like a contender. However, getting these wins and getting on the board more and more is going to be a really good feeling in trying to ramp up for the remainder of this season. And the start of the week is a good place to start too. Little Beer being the player that's going to be tracked for 8 kills above or below, and then the first blood for one of the 2 of these teams is going to still steer clear into the way of the team in general, who are staked for the victory more likely than not. So let's get that team in here now as we speak. We've got Little Beer and Frizzy on in with us, and you guys definitely having a pretty decent season thus far, petering off for only a moment. How does it feel to be back for week 3?
Feeling freaking awesome. Glad the week has started. We got some new maps as well, which I'm excited for. Not playing the same ones again.
Right.
So yeah, I'm excited.
Little Beer?
I'm pumped. I'm pumped to see the cat on the roof of this map.
Oh, the cat, baby. The birds that fly and let you know that somebody's there. Who knows? But, it's
Maybe.
very interesting at how many teams are starting to figure this map out more and more. Palais is just such an awkward map, in my opinion, but it's fun. It's so fun, dude. I love watching people play it, at least. I know that it gets kind of annoying when you're losing, probably, but I don't know. From an outsider perspective, seeing, like, the timings, like, having the itch in the back of your brain being like, oh, are they going to be there? Are they flanking? It's really cool, in my opinion. So you go into this game and you said that you're excited to not having been playing the same map. So does this map actually favor one for you, at least as far as you are concerned? Not even in just this game, but in general, do you like Palais?
To be honest, I haven't done. Sorry, you can take this, Josh. Go ahead.
Whenever this map first came out, like in just Wingman in general, I played it a couple times. It was cool. It's definitely not my favorite map. I think Brewery is probably my favorite one so far.
I wonder. Wonder why.
Yeah, well, you know. But it's cool. It's definitely not the worst one out of the bunch though. I think the airplane map takes the cake for that, in
Okay.
my opinion.
Okay. Yeah. Assembly. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I
Not
can
a fan of that
understand
one.
that. Well, I mean, the new day, a new week, a new version of yourselves, perhaps to put on the display, or maybe, I guess, maybe a look back to what was once a 9-0-9-0 team, the first to find two of them, let alone back to back. So, Frizzy, I want to ask what your opinions are on this game in particular, and what your expectations are into the new week. You're usually the kind of guy who rips the 9-0 unironically, and I think that you're definitely not that far off and away.
This map is going to be quite interesting. Just based off of the layout, I would actually be surprised if either of us 9-0. I'm
Yeah.
expecting it to be more like a 9-9-4 just because of the layout. It can definitely wing it either way pretty quickly.
Little B, are you in the same boat as him in that regard? Do you think that it's going to be a little bit of a
Yeah,
9-4?
I think it's gonna be a map where like we need to like figure out what works and what doesn't quick, or it could turn ugly, or it could just be a beautiful game. Like we might just figure it out fast on accident. So
Okay.
yeah, we. I think we'll be fine.
All right.
Just
Well,
gotta talk to each other. That's all.
we'll see if you hit the ground running early, and we'll see whether or not you can make good off of the ideas that you guys have going for this one. You already lead the series. If you want to look at the head-to-head onto the matchup, we've got so many cool stats now that we can go through that I didn't even know existed. Holy crap. Are these new? When did these get
I
here?
need to pull this up.
Dude, there's like literally like we have the bomb explode and diffuse percentages, the team wipe percentages, we've got like first blood percentages. I haven't seen this yet. I guess I haven't
They must be adding some stuff.
or I just
Oh,
haven't pulled up the matchup section when we've had a rematch yet. That's probably what it was, because obviously if there's no games previously, then there's nothing to do any
Yeah.
research for. But either way, let's see if you can run it back for that 9-0 two times over against the girls. We're gonna take them in here and send you guys back, and I appreciate you for joining me.
Sounds good. Appreciate you, Tony.
Let's see. All right, the dynamic duo back again. The last time you guys played out against Frizzy and Little Beer, though, didn't go so hot. How are we feeling coming into tonight's rematch?
Um, it's not on like the best map, so I'm a little nervous, but I think with our last two matches, our confidence has definitely gone up a bit.
Yeah, definitely. I can understand that. And again, it's a different map in general. Last time, again, no offense, it was a 9-0. Didn't look great, but tonight, new map, new feelings, new rotations, and you've played this map now, so at least you have a ground level understanding of it. I haven't seen them play it yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they probably have. I just haven't seen it myself. But who knows? Who knows how
Alright.
this one will turn out? But again, you said the confidence has been rising. You guys have been slowly getting back into this one. What do you think as far as a scoreline prediction could be for this one, DK?
Um, I don't know. I feel like whenever I try to think of the scoreline, like it messes with me a little bit.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like I think like these last 2 days, like it was kind of nice not like putting in expectation on like how much we're gonna lose by, just since we had only been losing.
Lose by? Don't say that. Don't say all that. I need something more confident. I need to. We're gonna go into this game, and you don't even gotta give me a number. Just say you're gonna give it your all. How's that? I'm cool with that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'm cool with that.
Like Anna said, the confidence is definitely there after these last two games. So
All right. Fair
believe.
enough. I believe in it too. I'm still counting down until you guys start to really show all these people up who naysay and doubt. And unfortunately, I have to be that same guy, analytically until we see it. But right now, like you guys are saying, I'm seeing the upswing. I'm seeing the trajectory. We're seeing the faith restored. So the next 10 seconds, the stakes are going to close. I'm going to send you guys back, and you can maybe deliver us a great game. We'll see after the fact if we can have you for the winners interview. Good luck.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
No worries.
thank you.
Well, the girls are going to be giving it 110, ladies and gents. That much is for sure. We got a pretty reliable set of voices over on the Little Beer and Frizzy side of things to give us a good understanding of where their headspace is at, too. And they don't seem like they're having all too much trouble keeping themselves in a good spot, in a good place. Mentally, it's always got to be the way to go about things, right, guys? I mean, you don't want to go into a game like DK was saying and thinking about how your losing streak has been, or how she said it too, is just how many rounds you're going to lose by when it feels like you've been trounced so many times recently. So yeah, I do respect that, and I do hope that they go into this one with a little bit more gumption, as they have pick things up little by little. But we shall see. We shall see. We got a little bit of faith. Help with picks. DK got this. DK got this. Getting loud with it in the chat. Loads. Oh. Hell yeah. I like to see that. Everybody getting a little bit loud. Little support never hurt nobody. Little Bears. Little Bears first blood. Little Beer first blood is definitely a good stake. Definitely a good stake. She had no confidence just now. Yeah, well, it's like she said, it's kind of tough to be coming into this one with 100%. You know what I mean? When you're starting to feel the pressure. But you know, things are getting better game by game. I think. Game by game. And that, at the very least, you can go into this one saying. So we're going to load into play, and we're going to get Little Beer's perspective first to see if he can get above or below the 8 kill marker. If you guys want to switch at halftime, you can let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to be sticking to him for pretty much until he gets that 8 or not. So, again, let me know what you want to do, and I will definitely oblige. All right. Seeing already we got a little bit of this silence going on. Not really a sound, not a peep, mate. DK and Lyku are just cooling it. Not moving too far too fast. Love that. Not giving up the game. There were the birds, though. We saw the birds fly. You know what that means. For those of you who haven't seen this map before, when you see the birds leave the top left or right side of the roof, that means that a T is there, or I guess anybody is there. But could be anything as far as positioning. Now, that was audible. That was so loud. Little Beer's got this one probably for his first. This would be the first blood stake that everybody was talking about. But Frizzy on the other end, actually, dealing with Lyku, is all this sound that DK has made has done nothing to dissuade them from holding. All right. Now they're just going to look to play together. Just play off each other's contact from here on. Yeah, reasonable. One tap. The 1-1. Each player playing. All right. MP9. SMG close range. That's the move. That's how you use this gun. If they don't have any head armor, too, they're going to get melted. I'll tell you that. I always get so fearful when I don't hear anything going on, and I think Little Beer is also going to be kind of questioning where they could have been off to. If they hit like a pincer maneuver from both left and right, though, I feel like he could just get kind of mollywopped, no? Frizzy's playing on the extremity for the far right side of the map. So when he's looking all the way out there and Little Beer's stuck in this island and they know that he's been playing this place over and over again, it's going to be easy for Frizzy to maybe get the refrag onto 1, but even then not guaranteeing the round. They get themselves an opening pick, so. Tech 9 timing shots taken down as Frizzy SMG trying to catch them on the jump through to sight, and the reposition is good. I think he gets the A1 too. Look at that. That half wall boost is cracked. Frizzy the GOAT. Why Beer just sitting? Because he is the CT. He is the defender. He has no reason to go doing nothing. Especially when they're playing against less money. If they're playing against less money, look up, they don't want to go walking forwards and giving them a free gun. Because that makes their teammates' job really hard. Clutchable, but not simple by any means. Dink, follow-up kill, spray, transfer down, and Frizzy's got the both of them. Holy moly, check it out. Tell me that clip. Not simple by any means. Dink, follow-up kill, spray, transfer down, and Frizzy's got the both of them. Holy moly. Okay. 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 Now things are heating up. That dink, that first dink that Frizzy hit, that pre-aim was so dirty. Needed to hit that trade, though. Did the player on the bomb site, to be honest. It's a shame. Who's in the background of Little Beer's house right now? Does he have a roommate? Clearing out all of the enemy spawn. Little Beer sees nothing whatsoever, and also everything remains silent. So now I'm confused. Oh, looks like they've discovered them eventually. Yeah, that's exactly the timing. They had to have come up through the side rafters, yeah. How Frizzy be moving? Frizzy be moving like a ship in the night, dude. Walking right by him. Ooh, Frizzy's IGLing. Doing the call, the double setup. Ooh, are they rushing? Can you get on that bot? You can get on the wood bot, dude. This is insane position. This is like something in Call of Duty that would make you break your monitor. They are on either side of him. If they go to the left, do they hard clear? Yeah, no, if he drops right now, that'd probably be a death sentence. I wonder if they're just waiting their own timing right now. Yeah, that would be reasonable. Letting the teammate cook. Frizzy just not trying to get shot in the side. And now maybe they drop down and in. They could just clear this close left angle without a problem, or get the bomb plan off too. That's reasonable. Nobody home. And then support from Frizzy. Here comes the flash. Pop. Smoke on either side of the site. Isolating 1v1s is not going to be very easy. That molly is going to hit. I thought it would have actually been extinguished by the smoke. They're both on top of one another. It would have to be another 1 versus 2, but this time it'd be Little Beer. Inside the smoke, even still, is Decrad. Is there a kit? I'm not sure, but the nade's just wide. The player center sight. He needs to get the kill, and he needs to get it now. Swing, wide, in, with the kit, and 5 seconds, he's got it. Another clutch coming the way of Team Frizzy. Everybody coming online now. You want to switch POV? To who? You don't want to see if Little Beer gets his 8 kills? The clutch factor, the clutch gene in the two of them. I'll switch POVs at the half. I think for right now, I want to stick with whether or not Little Beer gets the above or below 8 kills. Oh, head. Oh, just barely seen. If they just swing a little bit further over, Little Beer would have had them. Yeah, but now they hear the 2. Yeah, I think he's going to swing this. Yep, very good idea. Catch them off guard. There's that contact made. Frizzy exactly what he asked for. He'll receive, and it's free. 1 for the pair of them. Need a smoke? Look at him. He's even dropping nades for his friend. What a good teammate and a good guy. These CT-sided players with AK-47s become so crazy, man. 6 kills. Looking for that 8th, not so far. Burning 1 inside the main lobby now. Aggro. Super aggro. But they're hitting the plant. What is that nade? Dude, if that killed, I would have tweaked. And there might be an angle for Little Beer to get at some point, but Frizzy needs to either get a kill or stay alive. He'll do both. So that's pretty great. And the last one should just be a matter of just time. I mean, dude, Frizzy's the one who gets it too? He had like 15 health? Team, I don't know. This one's looking like a little bit of a speed run. The second 9-0. in the rematch, no less. Get out. Oh, the SpongeBob meme goes crazy. What does the score go to? The score goes to 9. If we tie it 8-8, we do a special little round. Ooh, Little Beer's reset there was so clean. He doesn't commit to the full spray because it could have actually gotten him killed, so he just fully retrains his accuracy by letting his finger off mouse 1. And now we go with 1 more kill for Little Beer, and then he gets his above or below 8 kill stake. Vixie being the most level-headed staker of all time. GG's. We love that. Look up. I know your ass is tracking the kill count for Little Beer. I know you're looking for it too. I'm with you. Just 1 kill. 1 small kill. Frizzy needs to stop killing everybody and let him take contact, dude. There they go. And there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we have liftoff. We have 8. And I think that we might just have the 9-0. Does not deny the plant. Goes full onto the sprint. Little Beer is ready. And the burst fire is a little troll. Not going to lie. And Frizzy turns his monitor off. That's so funny. They get off bomb now. It's Ring Around the Rosie. Oh, no, the full sound and the swing. They got it. They got it. Oh, my God, dude. The 9-0 does pull off. Why can't we do that every game, he said. That's so crazy. Tony, you don't do Sunday? No. I don't do Sundays games. I don't. Why? Did something crazy happen on Sunday that I missed? Back-to-back 9-0s. Yeah, it's kind of nuts. It's pretty nuts. Let's get them in here. If I can reach them. They're very far down. They do it again and again and again and again. Another 9-0, gentlemen. What are we doing? How are we doing this? How are we manifesting such games? You even thought it would be a 9-4. How did that feel even more smoothly just waltzing through it?
Yeah, we were just saying, like, we didn't expect it to go that way. Honestly, we were just really we were communicating very well with each other. And I think that's what was the factor in us winning a lot of those rounds. Just making sure we knew what was being held and what wasn't.
Yeah, that's fair.
That map definitely feels very difficult for Tees as well. Because I'm sure you could see that we could just hold down that right lane relatively easily, and you can just see every angle in the sight from there. So it's very hard for us to actually make plays.
Difficult for Tees, you said?
Yeah, I think it's difficult for.
That's interesting. I mean, I've actually had a couple of people in conversation bring up to me that they think that map is actually pretty T-sided because of the elevation of the rooftop being so easy to play from for so long. But, you know, I think to each their own. I think that elevation definitely does come in handy, but kind of just knowing that it exists makes it a little bit easier as a CT side, knowing when and what you can't peak, right? And, like, what timings you have, but it's also kind of hard to really read a team because some teams might sit in that rooftop for a full minute and other teams might try to walk up in the first 10. And that's, you know, I guess the kind of give and take that you get from learning how to play against a different roster. But this game tonight, this is your only, this is your one. And taking a look at the schedule now, we got ourselves a really, really nice set of games going down to the stretch. I want to ask you what your thoughts are going into the next game we have on tonight right now, though. It's Jared against Fusion's team. All right, if you're familiar with either of the two of them, I know how I feel about this one, but what do you think going into it? Actually, that's a good question. Let's take a peek. It's a very good question. Same map as this. Yeah. Okay, so I guess I'll get into this on my pre-show. If you want to chill with me for a minute longer, we can talk about it a little bit. But, I watched Fusion and I watched Edge play on that map for the first time, and it was kind of just a matter of them finding out about all the little tips and tricks from the other team doing it to them, and then being like, what? You know what I mean? So, I don't know how much Jared's team has going into this as far as prep work is concerned, but I, I think this is going to be a matter of homework, though. No, Fusion and Edge, they were getting like bashed by a roster for the first time they'd played. Josh.
All those tips and tricks, I think it actually be a detriment to them depending on how hard they read into it, because they're going to be so focused on I have to because it's so strong, and
Right.
then it not actually be as good as they think it is because they're just using it all the time.
Relying on gimmicks too much.
Right.
Okay.
My fault.
Very interesting. Okay, well, with that, I think we can say our goodbyes and we can move on into the next actual pregame and pre-show. But with you guys having won that, I congratulate you, and I hope
Thank
that you
you.
have a good night.
Sorry,
Thank you,
1v1 me chat. You just got a little taste of my life.
Your home life, the
I
family.
get off at 4. I get off at 4 tomorrow, guys. If anybody wants to,
Here, hold
pop
on.
in.
Oh, I
see
wish
what's up.
I can't pull up your player card anymore, but I would have. Damn, I will actually. I'm gonna go the full distance. Thank you guys
Yeah,
for
Drop
popping
a
in there.
follow.
Appreciate you, Tony. Have a good night.
See
Absolutely.
you, Tony. Have a good one.
All right, here's the guy. Well, it's to the back of his head, obviously, but we watched a majority of his POV for the last game, and he was the guy who was talking to you at the end, and also talking to his family at the end. So, I'm gonna be talking to you now about the next game and giving you my insights on this because I think I've got a pretty good handle on who's gonna win this game, and unfortunately, for the people who I would consider my closer friends in Fusion and Edge, I think that definitely Jared is going to be taking this one. If I had to pick one of the two of these players, the stake is absolutely going in their direction. I think that it's just a no-brainer, no doubt kind of game. They're going to couple of rounds in Fusion and Edge now that they've had more experience on the map, but I doubt they're going to be able to stack up individually as well as tactically against the Jared team. So that's where I'm going. Flat out, no need for extra reasoning for me. And as far as above or below 10 kills, honestly, this is one of those games where if me personally, I was going to stake, I would just take whatever the higher multiplier output is because I think that it's pretty much a toss-up. I think that there might not be enough rounds played for him to get 10 kills, if I'm being honest with you. I think that it might be a situation where they just win too quickly and Jared gets a couple more kills maybe than he does, and it kind of just throws that off kilter to the point where below 10 being the higher multiplier of the two to stake just makes a little bit more sense. And then the first blood. Ooh, that damn first blood. Well, I guess I would probably lean in the way of the winning team in general for me. I wish I knew who of Fusion or Edge were host because that was the only other person I would put for the first blood. I don't know who of Fusion or Edge are actually hosting the lobby, so probably a safer call to just go for one of the two. The winning team expectedly is Jared and Chris Barr. So that's what I've got. If I had to give this one a scoreline prediction, I'm thinking like 9-4, maybe 9-5 favoring Team Jared, and that's really all that I've got on that. We're going to be getting them in here in a moment after they've done their team setup and getting things finished out with, but I don't think that there actually has been. Or no, there hasn't been a matchup between them. This is the first time that they're meeting during the season. So Team Jared are 3-2. Team Fusion are 2-8. That's tough, really tough, especially considering the fact that they just really aren't getting the wins that they need, let alone as the number of games gets to be greater and greater. They're 4 times down in their win to loss ratio, which is not great, and I don't think you guys need me to tell you that because we go now even deeper as the first blood percentages lean in the favor pretty heavily of Team Jared as well. 57% of the games are one of those two players being able to find the first blood with an average team KD of 0.3 higher overall. That's kind of an outlier just the same. We can see that if you want to look at the individual player stats, Edge has been struggling this season so far, and that's a player personally I think actually has a really high level mechanically in terms of their ceiling that just really has not put it on display in this season yet. It is week 3 and entering not the end stages or anything like that, but the second trimester of this entire season is the point where he needs to turn it on. It's the point where he really needs to come alive. And it's been a pretty solid affair, I think, from both Crisp and Jared together. They're a unit that looks a little bit more attached. To where Fusion isn't playing terribly individually on his own, he needs Edge to step up to be able to say that they can do much of anything against either of these two guys, when Crisp is nearly doubling the count, in which actually over doubling the amount of kills that Edge is getting in a game. 10. So that's why he's the super stake player. You know, that's the reason why he's the guy to look at. The most recent game played by Team Fusion, however, was a win, and it was against Team Frizzy, who we had just actually seen win out 9-0 in the last game. I can see why they don't really like Assembly all that much if this is how they're going to be talking about it when they're losing out most recently against one of the bottom feeder teams so far in the season. So maybe Palai is a little bit of a difference, but taking one look back now, who will win? Reasonable, 10 or below. Yeah, I'd probably wait for the last couple of seconds for the staking to close and then choose the one of the two of them that's the highest in multiplier. I don't really think that that's that bad of a call. It just depends on how much you're willing to put down. But I think it's pretty scary to think that he could get like 9 and still win so very dominantly to the point where it kind of ruins that bet. You know what I mean? I'm not sure, but Crisp gonna slam. Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a game where I need to hear and see visually the same level of Fusion and Edge that they had going out of the game with Frizzy and Littlebeer, because that was always going to be their most tough. That was always going to be one of the most strong rosters they were going to face in this season and in this week in general. So when they go into that game and they win it as convincingly as they did, I feel pretty good. But this game is an entirely different beast in my opinion. So I'm going to go with Crisp for the player to watch for this game, as long as you guys are chill with that. Like I said before, around halftime, if you guys want to switch POVs, just do me a favor and let me know who you want to switch to. Otherwise, I am going to be continuing to stick with Crisp to see if he can hit that above or below 10 kill count threshold. So I am reading chat. I am chilling in there and, you know, interacting as much as possible with you guys. So as long as you're keeping it tame, keeping it relaxed, we're going to do our POV switch so long as you give me a little bit of a heads up, as we're just waiting for them to finish their current setup for the game before we start dragging him for the interviews. I do want to get the ideology behind this game from Fusion and Edge, though. It definitely needs to be the best that we've seen them, in the same way that they caught their last victory, almost doubly so. They need to hit their absolute best. I think actually things have been looking pretty smooth for the day so far as Prod has felt too. I wish I could see their the history that each team has on a specific map. That would be pretty cool. Maybe that's something that can be introduced over time, but the last game that we saw them play was on Friday against Team Tiski, and they got taken pretty deep, to be honest with you. And Edge and Fusion are about the same level, if not ever so slightly higher than Tiski and Fat Guy. Probably about the same. So if they're at that same peak and they're feeling good, like their form coming into today is pretty high, then maybe there's something to talk about. More than even I had realized. Still going to be that 1.34 to 2.61. Yeah, I don't really see it flowing all that far away either. I don't think COD has that either right now. Yeah, that'd be a really cool feature. I might shout that out in tomorrow's little meeting with the gang. See what they think about it. Because these maps are so different. Like every map we have right now in Counter-Strike's 2v2 division, in my opinion, are completely different animals to dissect. So it's not like you can say that this team can go into this map and do the same as they would on any normal given day. Like Laboom and No One, for example, like when I see them on Palais, with the number of reps they have on that, with the number of teams that they've been able to beat on it too, it's completely different aspect than them playing on a map like, say, Brewery, where I think they got 9-0'd, if I'm remembering correctly. Was that the team? think so. Methinks. One more look at the schedule real quick before we do drag in for short interviews. After this game, we've got Caker STX, Nate Trick, Louie HAMBOOGA. I think that Caker STX game is probably going to be pretty good. Yeah, I think that game might be my game of the night as far as like how competitive it'll be. I can't see Nate losing to Trick, and I don't really know what to expect from that last game, except the fact that Team Louie should win. That's a game that like HAMBOOGA and Sky can come out of nowhere and just have like a slammer game, but like by all metrics, Wumbo and Louie should be the ones to take that one, I feel. But we're gonna talk to the teams that we have up in this game, in this particular one, real quick. Welcome on in, quickly becoming one of my favorite teams to watch in this season thus far. Jared and Chris, how are you feeling tonight?
We're feeling great. Feeling great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you come into this one with a 3-2 record. Obviously, you're not like blowing everybody out the water by any means, but you're starting off really smooth. You're only getting a couple reps in per week, but in those reps, you look pretty solid, and you're still learning the maps even. So, learning the maps, learning this map in particular, Palai, this one is a bit of a nightmare sometimes, I will say. So, how do you feel coming into this one in particular? Out of these 5 maps, how comfortable do you think you've gotten? Or 6 maps.
Is this the surf map, Jared?
Yeah. It's the one we played last.
Okay.
It's not
We're
the
confident.
best. It's not the great, but yeah, we're confident.
Okay, fair enough. Would you say CT or T side? We were having this conversation at the end of last game.
DT, I think.
CT, I would say.
Okay, they said the same
Our
thing.
T side we struggled a little bit, yeah.
Fair enough. The other teams earlier in the weeks were saying T, and now I don't really know who to believe. I think it's something I want to keep an eye on, though. How many, keep track of like the competitive games and like see how many rounds that the really high scoring games find on each side. So that one's going to be a little bit of a fun stat line to watch for. But we've got about 2 minutes. I do want to get the other guys in here for a conversation too before stakes close. So I want to ask you guys what you think the prediction of the score line is going to be like for this map.
Take it away, Chris.
I'm like half asleep, but I still dominated in scrims tonight, so we'll go 9-3.
9-3. Are you going to be on that same wavelength, Jared? We thinking the 9-3?
I don't know. I like those guys,
9-3.
so I hope we win, of course, and that's the goal, and I think we should beat them. But I think maybe 9-4, 9-5, 9-4, 9-5 would be good.
I like the little bit of a balance between the both of them. You guys always have a little bit of that same balance between one of you's no mercy, and Jared obviously trying to remain as cordial as possible. But guys,
let's have fun.
Let's have a little bit of fun. Exactly. I'm gonna send you guys back, and we're gonna see how much fun we can really have on this map of Palai.
Sweet.
All right. Boom.
I'm
And
not. Oh,
oh,
hey,
what
Tony.
are you not, dude? What are you not?
Not bet. Yeah, I'm not the Magic. Not touching them on FanDuel anymore. Let me be very clear.
Okay, well, the stakers now have that information now too. So congratulations, guys. There you go. No,
The Orlando Magic, stay far away.
we have a minute before the stakes close. I want to get your talk and thoughts on this game going into it because
Yep.
you got a win last night, I believe it was last night. Or...
Yeah, we went 1-1.
Yeah, and now you're feeling a little bit back. You have the taste of what victory is like. Is the last? How you feeling going into this game about your odds?
I don't know, feeling good. It's been a long day at Counter Strike. I think last night, our first game where we lost, our vibe was just so dead.
Okay.
I think seriously though, we played Little Beer and Frizzy. We talked to them. We good yap sesh, good rant session. The pregame, I think it brought the vibe back. So I think they kind of got themselves beat
Damn.
by that conversation just alone, bro. I'm not gonna lie, it really gave us really did wonders for our psyche. And then again, vibes good today. It's been a long day at Counter Strike for me personally. 6 or 7 hours of casting, 3 VO3s in ECL,
Right.
2 scrims. We're warm. We're feeling good.
Okay, and Edge, what do you think about the scoreline for this one? Give me your prediction, man.
9-0.
9-0. I like it, man. Get straight to the point. Frankly, I was a little bit, not harsh, but pretty realistic about how you've been performing this season thus far. And I think coming into week 3, we really need to see you kick into high gear, and now would be a better time to do it than any, in my opinion. So let's see if you can do it, boys. I'm wishing you luck.
Thank you, Tony.
Absolutely. Tossing them back over so they can get things underway and moving, rolling on without any hitches. Guys, I hope you're having a good time with this one because I actually am excited to see this map as well as the rest on the night. I think it's going to be really fun. We've been doing a lot as far as trying to get these games going and rolling smoothly, and we've had little to no issue. Very, very few issues. Oh my gosh. Is this a predominantly Jared chat? Is that what we're thinking? Jared better go dumb. Oh my god, Big Pimpin', you're going deep on this guy. Oh, pause. You're going deep on that guy financially. Fusion's got this. Fusion wins for sure. I have a feeling Fusion wins this. Big money on Fusion. Oh. Okay, maybe it isn't predominantly a Jared chat, actually. You guys are going on a little bit of a different tangent. Fusion First Blood. All right, we've got some believers. We've got some serious believers, dude. I like that. Tony wants Pimp to go deep. Not on me, dude. He said he was going. I said he was going deep on that. Wait, no, but he was. Nah. You get it. Nah. You get it. You get it. What I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Chill with the music for now, as we do jump into this game with actually little to no delay. Love that. You went with the Tony pick, so I'll blame him for the L. Listen, I'm down. I'm cool with that. I'm here to be your resource. I'm here to be your information. I'll go down with the ship. I'm already 1-0 on the night, so. Tony, think you gonna have you think they're gonna have like you can bet on 9-0 stake like Call of Duty? Probably over time. I think over time Counter-Strike, if it gets as good reception as it has, I think it's been getting good reception so far. A lot of people are staking. A lot of people are watching. No, I know you're playing with me, bro. You're chill. You're chill. But I think Counter-Strike is gonna get all the little fixes and ads for different stakes over time, like spreads and like 9-0 things like that. But it's going to take time. This is only season 1, you know what I mean? They got to really feel out everything and like the likelihood of a lot of different scenarios. You can't just blindly throw all the stakes on the app right now, because then you're just going to like ruin how these things actually do pay out, you know what I mean? And it won't be fair. So all that damage he did on Diffusion earlier gets finished off by Jared, who just hits him with the headshot and actually finished the second of him too. A double for bro. Spreads would be great. Yeah, spreads. It says Crisp right on there. Dracula, you goober. It says it right there on his little name tag, dude. Team Jared POV, baby. If you guys want to switch POVs at halftime, let me know who you want to switch to. Hey, bro, cool ass stream, not gonna lie. That's pretty dope. You got a little bit of a fan going there. I don't know if he was a staker or not. I think Jared was First Blood. Yeah, if you guys want to switch POVs, you can always go to the players' individual streams if you'd like. Crisp. Dude, Edge just got absolutely melted. He did a little flip, bro. His ragdoll went whoop, 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 like he slipped on a friggin' banana peel in a cartoon. How this work? It goes to what? It goes to 9. There's a tiebreaker at 8-8 if we go that far. 2v2, and Counter-Strike is a game of money. So you need to save money, and you need to buy your guns. You can't just use any gun that you want. So if you're wondering how that goes, that's how that works. I can teach you about how the guns work if you ask at some point, but each gun is different situationally for what you want to do. And the Deagle is the hand cannon for $700 that can ream you for 1 bullet to the skull. It's the only pistol that can do it at most distances, so they kind of just got owned right there. I can't lie, chat. But it's 2-1. Still up. Oh, that nade. That could have been meaty. And they're just double nading deep under the site. I wonder if they're going to be ready for this hold from Crisp. It's a nice angle. How do the guns work? So you, on T side and CT side, you have the AK and the M4 respectively, and those are going to be like the most bought guns if you can afford them. The SMGs are pretty standard too. You really only buy on the CT side the MP9 and the T side the MAC-10. They're just 30 bullet SMGs, high fire rate, close range primarily. You can run and gun a little bit. There is an AWP, which is the sniper rifle. It's a one-shot kill to the waist up, but it's really expensive, and if you miss in a 2v2, you're probably dead. You kind of need to like guarantee that you're going to hit your shot with it if you buy it. And then you have the pistols that you buy when you're saving usually, because you need money to buy the rifles. You need to do taxes in this shit. Yeah, dude, quite literally. Like if you haven't played Counter-Strike for a while, you're kind of gonna like not understand how the money game works. But over time, it makes more and more sense. You ever played Rust? Yeah, I did. My computer couldn't run it all that well when I played. I used to play Rust with my buddies, but now it's like, I don't know, maybe I'll go back and try it at some point. I just get pissed off whenever I die, like, with all my stuff or, like, some stupid way, you know what I mean? When are y'all gonna add boxing? That's a good question. We should do boxing. We should do video game boxing bets. And it's just me versus, like, Matman. Fighter games, like Dragon Ball Fighters, Tekken, that kind of sheet. I love Rust. Yeah, I mean, I could probably enjoy Rust if I had a group of people like that play it regularly, you know what I mean? But right now, I mean, this game here's delivering as it needed to. They lost to 2 Desert Eagles. Oh, that wood doesn't have collisions. What you see is what you get. That's the Counter-Strike 2 motto. Oh, we did add Street Fighter. Yeah. If you're a fighting game fan, that's probably super tough. Fighters, Mortal Kombat would be crazy. I used to love playing Fighters. I should go back and play it, actually. I think I have it on my... Oh, it's on my PlayStation. I don't care how he does it. Get them 10 kills, even if you pull it out your arse. That's real. However you gotta get it, dude. However you gotta kill it. Oh my god. Have I seen it? Have I seen the 1v1 Me Street Fighter? No, I haven't watched the 1v1 Me Street Fighter game yet. I have not. "24/7 games." Yeah. Let's just rip every esport has to have a different game playing at all times. Let's get some Europeans in this. Some Asian region teams. Let's just get the whole world playing on 1v1 Me. We could actually maybe eventually branch out into European 1v1 Me. That could be really interesting. Hopped back on this server. It was crazy. Playing for money would be perfect. I missed it. I want to know how it works. So, Scrappy, if you go when there's a game live, if you go, actually, you don't even need to do that. You can go here. One sec. Let me walk you through it. So if you go on your phone, the 1v1 Me app, and you click on leagues on the bottom left, you can find the Street Fighter League, and on that same page, there will be, I guess there isn't one yet, a explanation of how the game and the rules work, but they don't have one made just yet, so you might have to hold off on that, actually. I thought that they might have, but they don't. Sorry, I lied. Right to your face. I thought they would. You see, that's the AWP conversation I was saying. If he missed that kill, he probably just outright dies. 2 more kills, 2 more rounds before they win. You you guys want to stick with the Crisp POV until the end of the game? I mean, we're only 2 rounds out, and he has 2 kills left until he hits his 10. I feel like we just stay here, yeah? Fusion is like Miami's twin. Don't know what to do after they start losing. Miami! The Miami of CS. Team Fusion or Team Miami. Never seen him in the same room. Kind of weird, dude. More info than I started with? Yeah, fair enough. Wish I could give you more. I'm not even the biggest fighting game fan. I like Fighters. Fighter Z or whatever, however you want to say it. Jared gets his now. Leave one for good old Crisp. And he, oh my God, dude, he hits that surf. Wait, yeah, we're gonna replay that. We're gonna replay that because that movement needed to be one for good old Crisp. And he, oh my God, dude, he hits that surf. Literally there seconds ago. Valorant on this could be good. Could be. I don't really know what the tier 2 scene of Valorant really looks like as far as the reputation of the players and stuff like that is concerned, though. So, we'll see. Ooh, bomb plant denied. Crisp now to clutch. He should know that the other CT is not far off. He's just going to clear everything. And that's probably the best idea. He only needs 1 kill out of these 2 guys. So he's going to need to be loud jumping out this window, though, is the only problem. Gets out, makes a Q. Oh, that's a free look on to the one at the heavens above. So 1 to the right and 1 to the left. Patient game. Is he just going to hang around and wait to see if he goes to the re-clear? I doubt it. 25 seconds left. Picks up the C4. We're running back. We're making a lot of noise, sure, but he wants to bait out a fight from somebody at some point. And the right side he just cleared a moment or 2 ago. What is he doing? Yeah, he knew that his time was short. Shame. If they add R6, I'll come out of retirement. Get Fat Quapo out of retirement. What's this map called? Palais. P-A-L-A-I-S. Or maybe like Palais or Palais or something like that. It's French. And he's hit his 10. That's one hell of a way to do it, though. He knows what he just did. You dirty dog. Just absolutely creamed him. I think Jared is on the top floor right now. And that's why it looks like he is holding for his flank when he actually is not. Damn, I called the 9-2. Yeah, I mean, this was a reasonable win. Listen, Big Pimpin', I wouldn't steer you wrong. I know you're somewhere around here. I got you, bro. I got you with the steak. Not to be funny about it, though, if this clutch does come over, they're going to be beating themselves with a stick. Smoke to the bomb. Not yet fully committing. Hasn't even tapped it, actually. Now he's gone in for it. Knife out. Could we get it? Could we get the full stick? Nope. The round 1 with a slash inside of it. That is absolutely wicked. Crisp catches the kill and get Leadify, says Edge. He gets a free pro day of Leadify. All right. All right. All right. We got ourselves that win at the end of the day. We can drag them in for their interview and see what they thought about it. Hello, hello. Congrats, boys.
Hello.
It's a little bit better even than you had expected. I think that's so far a theory that I'm going to be working on for the night, because the last game was similar for the winners, thinking it was going to be probably closer to like a 9-4 and then outright 9-0. You guys, you beat your prediction by like 2 rounds, I think. At the very least, Jared did when he said something similar to a 9-4, 9-3. So you guys feel pretty good, I think, on that map, surely, because it looked like you weren't really relying on that many gimmicks. Is that how you would kind of describe that one? Just more like down-to-earth CS?
I mean, once I heard about like the birds or something like that when they move, it like I think it moves when people walk there.
Yes.
So that kind of gave us a little bit of like, we didn't know that the first time we played it. So now having that definitely helped. So.
Yeah, that's one of like the key parts of the map, definitely. I think is those birds. Because if they don't move, right? Like if they start the round and the birds just don't leave, that means that you have like the element of surprise and hitting a flank later on. Like now knowing that they haven't flown yet, but it could just give up the game, right? But you know, very interesting scenes. I think is that map is definitely still evolving, and a lot of teams are also evolving along with it. And Edge and Fusion couldn't really seem to have figured out their train of thought on it just yet. But there's still time enough, as these long seasons do have more than enough games to be played. So congratulations to you guys. How do you feel about that game and how it had gone?
I mean, feels pretty good. Felt like we were in control the whole time. They had a nice D round, which thankfully we had built up enough economy by that point, and
right.
Yeah, we were able to kind of just hold on. But aside from that, you know, it felt pretty good. We felt comfortable, and we're ready for a couple more games this week.
Fair enough. Well, I like going into this little conversation piece after the games finish out, and it's trying to get your headspace of our next match of the night, guys, because you're the winners. You have a winner's mentality. Surely you can sniff out a winner when you see one. It's Team Caker against Team STX. Now, this is a game where you can obviously, on paper, have a feeling one way or the other. They're going to be playing on Memento. That's a map I actually haven't seen either of Caker or Classic play just yet, so it could be interesting. But the last time that these two teams did play, it was a 9-6 victory for the side of STX. So what do you guys think about this game in particular?
I mean, I actually think STX's team probably would be should be favored over Caker. I think. Well, Caker's teammate.
STX.
Caker Classic versus
Caker and Classic and STX and Raven. Is it? I mean, being at Shimmer, I think they're playing a lot higher level of competition than Caker and Classic are. So I mean, naturally based on that, I would think that they would be favored. And kind of as you mentioned, they beat them once prior. So I mean, my vote would be on them. I don't know if they're underdogs right now or not, but they definitely should be. In my opinion, I think they'd be the favorite.
My vote goes with the Caker Classic, I think.
Okay, splitting the desk. I like that.
So we'll see. Yeah,
that's definitely
only because there's a certain mentality when you go up against someone, like in team play, when you play a team like Shimmer, like FlyQuest Red.
Sure.
They do rely on structured CS, like utility-based team CS, swing together, peek off flashes and stuff like that. But this is Wingman. You can't really get away with that as often, especially on most of the maps that I've seen so far. So it really does come down to just taking those duels and swinging and taking fights. So
you have to be kind of like mega nerd in this map, in my opinion, to really get a leg up over your opponent, like utility wise. I really don't think Memento has that many things you can do as far as early round smokes or like flashes or nades or anything of that nature. It's pretty hard fights. Like they're pretty unforgiving swings you need to commit to in the early round, I feel like, on that map. So you know, we'll see whether or not that does play into the game style that you're describing for Caker and Classic versus the more set in their strategies, or at least team play and cohesion for STX and Raven. I'm definitely curious. But congratulations to you guys again. I appreciate you stopping in for the winner's interview, and I wish you luck on your future games. You get the night off.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
As always, team. Thank you.
All right.
And that does it for our post game. We got our predictions in for both Crisp and Jared on two separate sides of this one, so they're leaving us a little bit torn. Obviously, I'm going to throw in my own 2 cents about this one and how I think it is going to play out. But before that, let's turn on our tunes. Yeah. Okay. And decide also who we want to watch. How many kills for Caker? I guess Caker will be our guy to watch. How do we feel about that one? I can't actually see the 1v1 me chat right now, so there's not a whole lot of conversation for you and I to have about it. We're going to do Caker, though. So don't worry about it. But we've got our who will win. I'm going to say Caker and Classic win 9-7. I think 9-7 is probably where I'm going to go with that. I think that this map really does feed into the conversation that Crisp had brought up, And while STX and Raven aren't bad players, I think just Kaker really feeds off of the fights that you can take on a majority of these ones that are somewhat dry. Like, you kind of just go into the angle, and there's a player there or there isn't, and he's just going to keep trucking on ahead looking for the next position to find you from. So if STX and Raven can play some setups, actually, play off of one another better than that and trade effectively, then that's something that can definitely take them beyond the level of Kaker and Classic. But I don't really know if that's what I'm expecting personally coming into this one. I think it's going to take a lot in order for that to be the case. So then maybe switch to Raven at half. Definitely can do that. How many kills for Kaker? Above or below 9? Ooh, this is a game I would probably take the above, but it seems like a lot of you also agree with that. So yeah, I'd probably take Kaker above. If he knows the map. Have they played the map? Have they played the map recently? Let's see. Whistle. Brewery. Whistle. I don't think they've even touched Memento, dude. That might be... They haven't even touched this map, bro? That was Whistle. Assembly, assembly, whistle, 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 assembly, assembly, whistle, whistle, whistle. One Memento game. And it was the beginning of the season, and it was a 9-7 against Laboom and no one. That actually isn't bad. That's pretty good. They were favored to win that game, though. It was week 1, though. People really didn't know what they were going for. I think I'm gonna go with Kaker and Classic on this one. I'm feeling pretty good on this. If I'm being honest with you, and it seems like most people are on that same bandwagon. So let's see if we can get in a conversation or two in a moment. But yeah, my reasoning is pretty simple. I think Kaker and Classic are coming into this one not with a vengeance, but with a really good level to be expected for the remainder of this, as well as the fact that I think they're also just kind of on a hotter streak and a hotter trot. To whereas STX and Raven, I'm not going to be shocked if they win. I think it's going to be a longer game in general, though. The 9 to like 5 or 6, probably 9 to 7 is what I would say for either of the two teams that win out is where I'm expecting it to go. The above 9 I'd probably go with, and then the First Blood. Oh, the world is going for Kaker right now. The whole universe is siding with the Cakester. Seems like a pretty unanimous decision for a lot of these thus far. Classic not getting any love. He's actually the lowest rated out of any of these players who have been staked on to get that. But who gets the server host? Team STX and Raven get the server host, so that's a pretty decent advantage that they'll have also. Notably, that's something we need to keep in the back of our minds. It always does get to be a bit of a pain in the rear end if you catch my drift. But let me quickly change out the names of the teams that we're going to be spectating, so everybody who's joining is aware that we have shifted into our new and last game now over with. Classic, a steal for First Blood. I mean, honest and truthfully, for somebody who just wants to throw down like $10, walk away with like a quick 69. Or no, it wouldn't be 69, it'd be 60 and 90 cents. Turkey is Greece. Tony noticed me. Turkey is Greece? I don't think that that's true. If I had to be honest, dude. I'm willfully going to ignore the last message you sent before those two, though, because I do what I want. I do as I please whenever I want. Classic and Kaker. How are we doing today, team? How are we feeling? How was your long day of Counter-Strike per Fusion and Edge?
Fusion had the long day. We just had the scrims.
Oh, okay.
Went pretty well. Can't complain.
No complaints. 0 complaints from team. Well, if we're not complaining about anything, Caker, then let's talk about some positives to this one, because there is a negative, but we'll get to that in a little bit. I'll throw it back to Classic 4, as this is a pretty good, I'd say, recent history of form from you guys, with a sandwich of red, but, you know, having won most recently in your last game and having taken a very dominant win not so long before that, too. I think you guys are in a pretty good spot, and definitely one of the fan favorites as far as staking is concerned. So how are you feeling coming into this matchup in particular after the victory you last had?
Oh, we're feeling pretty strong. You know, have a good time always playing, and you know the vibes are usually pretty good. We're trying to stay positive every game, and no matter what's happening. Yeah, we're just enjoying playing the game, and I love seeing in the chat afterwards. I go and check the app, even though I can't chat back. Love seeing the cake gifts that people will send and stuff when we're playing. So, it always gives me a good vibe there when we get those. So.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And, you know, one of the negatives, I guess, Classic, is that you guys, the last time you had met against these two, had lost. It was 9-6. It was a different map, though, and that's where I'm going to turn the conversation on its head as a positive once again, because Memento you played as your first game in the season at all, and it was against a pretty good team, in my opinion, of Laboom and no one, and you'd won. So how are you feeling as far as the comfortability is concerned on Memento after all its time?
I will correct you. We actually lost the first game of the season.
To Laboom and... It says you win.
We lost it. It was like 9. What?
It says you won your first game. Oh, you lost
lost.
9-7. You guys suck. Never mind.
Yeah. But no, we're feeling great. I mean, that was our first time playing Brewery. So you know, just trying to find our swagger on that map was, you know, by the time we.
No, this says
swagger,
Memento.
was...
This says Memento.
Yeah, but the last time we played them was on Brewery.
Oh.
So. You know, we were just finding our vibe in that game, and by the time we found it, it was too late. So this game, you know, on a map that we've played before, you know, we hope to start off a little stronger today, and I feel like we matched up pretty well against the other side. So.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it was a pretty long game last time you had met too. That's what I'm expecting this time, but I want to hear your thoughts, Classic, as the in-game leader of the previous form of your team now shifting into the shooter role, the analytical brain. What do you got as far as what you think the prediction of the scoreline is going to be by the finish line?
I think the last one was 9-6. I'm going to go with a 9-6 again.
All right, fair enough. Cake, are you on the same wavelength?
I'm going to bounce off of that, go 9-6 or 7 probably.
Okay, yeah, wow. You guys are all really funny. Like, I love coming here every night and hearing so many comedians coming into my Discord, man. It's really interesting. So
someone's got to make you smile.
Yeah, dude, if Counter-Strike doesn't work out, I know all you guys have a good opportunity in a couple of different fields. Clown College is always on the around the bend. But thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for joining me. You know I love you guys. I'll catch you guys in a bit potentially for the winner's interview, but we'll see what they've got to say first.
Goodbye.
Bye. Raven and STX, the team now who holds the title over the heads of Caker and Classic as far as the recency bias goes. You're 1-0 up over them last time you'd met on Brewery. This time it's on Memento. They haven't played it for a long time, and I've seen you guys have a couple of results on it that have been pretty close, but also pretty good in some instances. How are you feeling going into this map in particular?
Feel good.
Yeah, pretty good.
We just won our advanced BO3. We beat them before. We'll do it again.
Oh, hell yeah. This is the energy I like. You guys are slowly kind of building into the, not trash talky aspect of things, but I like to see the confidence level starting to swing in the conversation piece too. So $13,000 flat people have staked on you so far. A pretty high number, definitely one of the higher, I would say, and a pretty decent number of fans, as well as a pretty decent number of people who aren't very nice. So I will say that you get the opportunity now to shut them up tonight with a win that would be very big to double down in what could become a best of 3 between you guys if you're not careful. So what do you think about the score line that we can expect coming from this one before I send you back to get us going?
9-5.
Yeah,
okay.
I agree with that.
Okay, 9-5. They said that they think it's going to be another long one too. They're going to be predicting a 9-6 in their regard. So I guess both of our teams pretty understanding that this one is going to be not a stomp in either direction. So that's going to be interesting. I hope that it is a good game and a long one at that. So thank you for joining me, and maybe I'll see you in about 15 to 20 minutes time.
Okay, thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
Adios. Raven and STX, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the wonderful individuals on your screen just previously, now making note of the fact we are going into the game in moments, checking on that stake one last time about 10 seconds before they do close, and it looks like pretty heavy-handedly just about shifting at the last second there for Caker and Classic still to be the favorites as we do enter this game. So we'll see what the ultimate finish will look like. 50K on this? Yeah. I didn't give my prediction this time, did I? Sorry, chat. Nobody can blame them. Nobody can blame me this time for if they win or lose, which I'm usually super down for. It's my bad. I think in hindsight now, though, I think I said, or actually maybe I did give you the prediction. I think 9-7 Caker Classic. I did give you a prediction. I did say one. I did say one. Forgot about that. So, we do have a couple of different conversation points to look at in this game, the map being one that we haven't seen played since the beginning of the season for Caker and Classic. Also, the fact that the last time the Caker and Classic played against STX and Raven, it wasn't a win, but they seem to be pretty comfortable. I think the way that they actually described themselves as well as this matchup compared to the last time they'd played was pretty convincing to me, personally. But we'll see. Let's get into it. Where's my sound at? Where's the sound? Caker. I don't know what happened with that one. I wish you could see. I don't know how if you can see my hands is good. Need a first kill here for Caker, and the second of them swings even wider, and Classic can't get onto his angle. That's not great, but Classic playing it quietly, tucked in this corner. They're going to be playing it so very late. The Caker first blood. It's a killer. And that was what a lot of people are going to be going with so very many a time. And now all there's left to do is plant, but they're going on a little bit of a wild goose chase. They're trying to clear this one out. All the way into spawn. What is going on? Classic with the potential for a late flank too. Ooh, here's the timing. As soon as that tap happens, I think Classic's got this one under lock and key. Maybe start to take your move, though, before they get onto the tap, because they're going to be turning for all these different positions in a second. Stagnation could be his undoing. And I think that Renya has actually, or STX more accurately, has cleared everything. So all there's left to do is plant. And he's got the last skill before we're done with. Took out alone for this one is crazy. 50k mortgage. That molly is super deep. And I don't think Caker realizes how soon he could be swarmed from these other angles. No, Caker got first blood. Caker got first blood, got traded, and then Classic won the 1v1. This could be actually a pretty mean boost. But they're expecting it. They got to be worried about their back end soon, man. They could do anything right now. They could have already gone all the way down through those steps. Caker turns to his right side, and he's got ammo enough to finish this, but he's going to have to do it now. The dip back from STX won't save her. Oh, FAMAS again. Is that a scout? Oh, it's an AK just tapping at Caker's dome. No way out. Sayonara, see you later. And oh my god, from Raven again. Yeah, a good adjustment needed. 70 ping for both players. Good god. See if they can just hit a fat pistol shot. Ooh, a little bit of lag on display. And yeah, this lag is getting to be something else, man. That is a monstrous set of shots coming out from the AKs. And we're at 2-2. We've already hit that tie game. Staker's starting to sweat. So is Caker. Any stakers for Caker? Look at how close to his monitor he plays, guys. Isn't it so weird and wacky and silly and goofy? I was green first 10 seconds of the game. They naded the smoke to blow it open and see if Caker was playing on the other side. They blow their own smoke to try and get a duel open. And I think that there might get an ugly moment here if Caker isn't fully careful. He's been reamed on this angle before. He might just be being held, though, and there's so many little cubbies they could be playing from. It just depends on how patient they get. They cut full sound, as Classic makes fully apparent. One's already in. There's nobody from above. And in comes Caker with the backstab. Great kill, and the last player is made known. 30 seconds. Good nade off the wall. Classic 3-2-1, and no chance for Raven there. Caker might be back with the change up towards the left side of that map. He stays alive for all that time, as well as gets inside their head. Whoa, I didn't know that he hella close to the screen with glasses on. Yeah, he's super close. Fashowski. They hear the footsteps coming. I think it's the both of them, and they are going to swing at the same time. Another hard swing, 2 players, should be the round-winning formula, but if they do it separated, then Classic may have a chance to punish. No, not today. Right back to that tie. That win doesn't last them long. All these kids going to be blind by 30. Sniffing the pixels, man. Is that like little brick to the left of Caker not clippable? I guess not. Classic wins theirs. There was a player on the left side of the map early, but they could go anywhere by this point. This is a weird spot to be in for Caker. I don't know. Do you clear this if you're walking across the top? I think you'll just kind of end up seeing Caker at some point if you keep scaling out wide to the right. 45 on the clock. Classic's got his left side covered. And he's going to flank him, actually. Classic's going to clear the top side of the castle room, and Raven will find them both. Don't say it. Don't say it. I thought they were going to... Can you climb walls on here? No. There's no climbing mechanics. Only on ladders. This is the last round of the half. That flank that Classic had should have been enough for the win. I think we're not live. Yeah, looks like we're going to have to involve an admin as there was a player crash. But we've got admins on site for just such a reason. The round is just going to reset from where we are right now. No, not cheating. No, not cheating. It was just a crash. So they're just going to restart from one more round on T side, and then they're just going to flip it. Because that was the last round of the half. I believe Caker was at 5. Right? I think. That's a good way of doing it, screenshotting your buy. There you go. Thank you, 1v1 me. Thank you, 1v1 me. God, we have such a good friggin' admin team. Oh, wait, we're just going back to the score. They're just getting the kills as needed. Not really a whole lot you could do here other than just wait it out. Get it moving and grooving. How many kills Caker at? I thought he had 5. Did he have 4? I thought he had 5. Maybe it was 4, I guess. He got 1 kill on pistol round. He got 1 double kill. One kill on the player left side in that 1v1. I thought it was 5. I thought it was 5. Go to play-by-play? That's not something I have an option to go into right now. I don't... Oh, wait, yeah, I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Caker got 5 kills. Killed Raven on pistol. Killed the whole team round 2. Killed the whole team round 5. So that equivalates to 5 kills. Yeah, it's 5 kills. It's the play-by-play shows 5 kills. He got two double kills and a kill on pistol. Look up in the play-by-play. It says that he got 5 kills. I'll say it again. Here we go. Caker kills Raven in pistol round. Caker kills STX. Caker killed entire team. That's 3 kills. Caker kills STX. Caker kills Raven. Caker kills entire team. That would equivalent to 5. If my math is correct. I don't know how I can count it wrong though. Kill entire team doesn't account to a double kill. What? Wait, what? How? What do you mean? What? Caker killed entire team is not a kill. What? Oh, okay. I guess that doesn't make any sense, but I'll take your word for it. Well, then who killed the other player is my question, because it doesn't say Classic did. That's odd. That is odd. Kaker's only got a deagle. Not the greatest weapon for the job, I'll tell you that much. But they're playing with one another. That's always a thumbs up. If he can catch a kill with a deagle on this round of all rounds, he's going to be feeling pretty happy about that. Raven already swatting down Classic, though. Not a great look. Bang on with the deagle for just one of these heads. Will find Raven, but that's STX on the instantaneous trade back and the half lead by 2. They're going for the heavy swing. The one is already peeking at the stairwell. Kaker hits the gush. Just run him down. No way, Raven. What a shot. I think Kaker takes that one a little too slow. Just hitting a pre-fire of any kind would have been worth. Now they both know these CTs where Classic is from. Already on the backstab. Quite literally could have knifed him. Six to 3. Not as tight as they thought it would be. Not as tight as I thought it would be, too. Looks like I'm going to be wrong on one for the night. Oh! Unless Kaker does something spectacular, they both push in. Classic Steagle can't do the damage, though. Also even tagged. Oh, that's going to hurt. It's now or never for Kaker and Classic, otherwise they're going to be broke. A hard swing. Are they going to hit him with a fight back? Nothing yet. But deeper, a pre-fire might deal him in. Kaker should have maybe even drawn the rotation from the other of the two CTs. No, not quite. Headshot angle. The AK-47 is built for things like that, but what? That's a Kaker clip, but not waiting for Classic. That's not good. That's very much so less than ideal. If Classic can pull out the round, they may have a shot, but STX with the hardest swing required. The AUG gets it done. No plant for Kaker and Classic, and only the one kill means Galil's. That had to be the moment. That had to be the deciding factor, but over peak from Kaker. Tough scenes. Tagged once by this Galil, and Classic getting close. Looking to deal the damage after his teammate had already softened the target. In a 1 versus 2, Kaker, everything on his plate, and the flank's already there. 9 to 3. That did not go as expected, I must say. That's the one where I'm going to say I was wrong. And it wasn't even freaking close by the end. All right, well, not a close game. Not the one that we were expecting it to be, any of our parties, actually. It felt like all of the involved peoples thought it would go a little bit deeper than that, and when it doesn't, you guys coming out on top looks pretty good. How do you feel now about swinging into Memento moving into the future? Because it looked like you had your your gameplay pretty down pat, in my opinion.
We know like the fights we want to take and like the timings. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't want to say it like this, but in a 2v2, like, it could change like day to day just based on whether or not someone's like communicating. But we're definitely comfortable on the map.
Sure.
I don't like the map.
Oh, okay. You know, fair enough. I think it's definitely not made for everybody. It's super fast, like to the point where like fights happen in the first like 15 seconds all the time. It's so weird. In that regard, the flanks also can happen on the snap of your fingers. So, congratulations for one. Obviously, I didn't even say that. So, good win on you. But now, with your night now free for you, you can move on with your victory and say that you've got a pretty good statement game, I would say, made. So, kind of separating yourself from a lot of the other teams now as you've started to climb your way back up on the leaderboard and rankings. 4-7. So, more of the season to be played, and I do wish you luck on your way back into this season as well.
Thank you, Tony.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, chat, you're so funny. 6767. Yeah, no. Yeah, you're so funny. Ban him. The Bay Harbor Caker. The Bay Harbor Caker? Hold on.
Good night, Tony.
Good night.
Have a nice night.
You as well. This is crazy. The Bay Harbor Caker is insane. Oh my gosh. That's absolutely wicked, you guys. Coming up with names that I can't even keep up with. Bay Harbor Caker. Match setup going on right now for Team Nate versus Team Trick. We can do our own little setup. I don't know how you guys feel about this one, but man, Cameron and Nate have just been absolutely crushing it tonight. It has not left my mind the amount of damage that they have been able to do. I am pleasantly surprised with how that one has gone time and time again for so many of these teams. So, it's tough. What do we got this right now? Yeah, I'm going with Nate. Pretty much off the bat, even before the interviews, but it's going to take a lot of convincing coming out from Trick and Goodbye. A group of guys who I think are definitely decent, but just haven't really been able to stack up to competition consistently. As we can now actually take a look at even those stakes now for you. Moving in what direction is the motion of Nate, the undefeated 6-6 team? Yeah, this makes good sense. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. They're ready for the drag, actually, though, so let's get them in here. Boom.
Yeah, I think so.
Wasting no time getting you guys in here. Immediately teleported. How are we tonight?
Hello.
Fantastic, Tony. How you doing?
Doing good. Doing good. I've been enjoying these matches. Your game is one of the ones I think is going to be the most interesting, seeing as you guys are obviously still undefeated. You have a lot going into this one riding, but also very little pressure on your back in order to stay like that because your season is looking so smooth. You really have not a lot that you need to rebound from. But if we're going to be talking about the odds right now, just straight up, I mean, people are favoring you guys, and I don't see why not, because it's looked so very smooth thus far. So talk to me a little bit about what you think going into the map of Brewery tonight. A map that's a little bit more, I'll say, slow in my opinion than most.
Yeah, it seems well, we just ran through it a little bit, and I thought
glance.
Yeah, the spawn to get to like any type of fight is like way longer than any other map. So yeah, for initial reaction is definitely going to be a lot slower of a game, but and also these guys have played the map and we haven't, so it'll be a fun game.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true, and it plays a factor into a lot of these sorts of maps. But Nate, talk to me about your confidence levels individually coming into this one as you guys have been playing your hearts out for the last few.
Oh yeah, individually I'm feeling confident as ever, bro. And you know, me and Cameron, we got a great dynamic going on. You know, in wingman, out of wingman, and just looking to hit my shots and play as a unit.
Yeah, Yeah, I love that. I love that. This map actually does have a little bit of autonomy in terms of playing separated from one another too. Maybe you'll realize that as time goes on, it may be a switch up you would require, but we'll see whether or not that is how we play off this team right now in Trick and Goodbye. But you have a game already having been played against them, and you're 9-4 up on them. That was on Memento, not this map, but even still, it's a really good result coming into this one with some speed and with some prior history too. So I'm gonna ask you guys what your predictions are as far as a scoreline are going into this one.
I think a 9-5 is a solid game from us because I feel like they're gonna get some rounds. They've played the map. We're probably gonna get caught off by something, but I'm confident with me and Nate on the server.
That's a solid prediction. I think I'm gonna give us 9 for sure, and then they're gonna either get 6 or 7. I'm thinking.
Oh my good God, dude. So annoying.
I'm sorry. Dude, you should told me to say it, man. I'm sorry.
every interview, man, it doesn't
Did he
fail.
play today?
Yes, dude. Yes, of course he played today. And then Classic and Caker played, and I got hit with a 6-7
I'm so
joke. And now my
sorry,
Twitch
Tony.
chat has hit me with 6-7 jokes. And the 1v1 me chat has hit me with 6-7 jokes. I can't handle any more of the 6-7 jokes, team. I don't know what I'm going to do about it, but we're going to do another interview. I know we're going to do that much as we do say goodbye to you two. I'm going to send you on over, and we'll see you for the winners interview in maybe about, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes after game begins, if you're as flawless as you have been on this season.
Yeah, that's a quick game.
We'll hope to see each other.
Yeah, just fly through it, like 30-second rounds. I'll catch you later.
So yeah.
All right, team. If one of you make a 6-7 joke, I'm banning you from the league indefinitely, and you will have all of your winnings revoked and be fined. So let's put that out in the air, okay?
Nothing to say to you then.
I'm just joking. I'm joking. No, okay, but for real, we go into this game, and I was just talking to the other guys about the last time you guys had met. It didn't go so well. They're obviously undefeated in general right now, but 9-4 they had taken you on Memento. Now you return up at bat against them after having a little bit of an awkward state of affairs in the mid of the season, but now having been on a 3-game win streak. How do we feel about particularly the side of Brewery, as well as the fact that we're going into a little bit of a grudge match?
I mean, I think we feel good about Brewery. We played it yesterday, and we've played it previously, and from what I've heard, they have not played the map yet, so we should have an information advantage on like how to play, what other teams have been doing over them. But I said to them in the pre-match lobby, it's like if they just shoot hard enough, then it won't matter. So we still just got to come in guns a-blazing.
Okay, giving them a little bit of kudos definitely in the pre-match green room. I like to see that. But, Goodbye, I think that you're going to need to be a little bit more vocal than he is, a little bit less cordial, because I want to know what your scoreline prediction for this game is going to be if you are feeling pretty good onto this one and they aren't coming into the server shooting.
Yeah, let's go for a 9-5.
Okay, that's like right on the threshold. 9-3.
Yeah,
come on now.
We didn't discuss that. Come on now.
9-3. Come on.
Trick.
Anytime we give respect, we get rolled over. 9-3.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair, I guess. You know what? Maybe that's the difference that needs to be said. Also, I didn't stream your games and you ended up winning, so the science is proving that it's my fault. We'll see if that's going to be the case tonight, but it's not going to be Trick tonight. It's going to be Goodbye who people are watching for the kills right now. It's very much better than the recency bias we've seen against Trick. I don't know what was going on with that, but it's above or below 8. So you're feeling pretty good tonight, then maybe you're going to hit that one. We'll have to wait and see, because the people seem to believe that you're a little bit out of your depth on 8 kills here, I will say. But we'll see whether or not you can prove them wrong.
We'll see.
Got about a minute left before staking does close, gentlemen. I want to thank you for joining me for the pregame interview, and maybe we'll see you in a little bit.
Thank you, Tony.
Absolutely. Yep. Well, and you heard it here first, that they think that they're going into this one with a 9-5 or a 9-3? That's kind of nuts, I gotta say, to be honest with you, team. It's a little bit crazy, chat, but listen, if there's anything in the way of confidence to be shown from the guys, I think that is a good semblance of it. I think that that's the conversation that I was needing to feel a little bit more okay with them coming into this game, but I'm still going to stick with my guts, still going to stick with my guns. I think Nate is going to be able to take this one 9-5. I think that's what going to be my prediction is. As we do close the stakes in a few moments, I think Goodbye could get above 8 kills. I think that that's a good, a solid stake to go for, but definitely above all else, the victory for the side of Nate and Cameron. Looking to keep themselves undefeated as we blow through the season. And the chat for the 1v1 me does return as the match is about to begin. Trick is taking this, Nate dub. I don't get the 6-7 jokes. Good. I'm glad. Trying to read through all the chats I've missed. Y'all think Nate gonna wipe him? Nate easy bread. 9-1. Can you stop using God when you swear? Pardon me. Nate First Blood 2. Trick show out. Yeah, these are some pretty reasonable picks. I think Nate First Blood definitely a good one to stick on to. Nate actually wearing his team jersey, I think. Looks like he's wearing his jersey from Team Aura. Reasonable to think that this might be the right vibe for bro. Getting into the mood of Team CS right off the gate, right out the gate, more accurately. Ooh. No. I did. I did say that. See, even the players are listening to me, man. Listen, guys. You guys listen to me. They listen to me. And all goes well, potentially. We'll see if I've just influenced the game of the century from the turn of Nate to be a believer. And they're going to have a little bit of fun, they say. They're going to have a little bit of fun. Okay. Nate and Cameron having fun and winning? God forbid. Good, quick, concise, calm. Not leaving any room for the plant. And getting up close and personal with the last of them. Only 6 bullets left in the gun. 1. He drops down low. This is insanity. Has he managed to pull it off? Not able to swing high on the headshot angle. Trick will find him. Trick with the first blood as well as the clutch. I gotta blow my nose, team. Trick first blood. Somebody just got some pretty good deal going. Trick first blood was a 3.38 hit. Desert Eagle for Nate, trying to play his opponents into his hand. Not sure if that's really going to work out, to be honest with you. I mean, they're just popping off shots. That right side could have been boosted on at any point, too, so I wonder if their internal clock is going to start to tick. Cameron actually just making that exact point. And now it's just a matter of where do you commit if you're Cameron and Nate right now with just Desert Eagles. Oh, the beer bottles betraying them. Those damned beer bottles, team. And Nate actually said he's watched a couple of games on this map, so maybe that'll make a difference. Oh, but it's not really going to really matter if he's just hitting shots right now, though. And he's trying to get away. Another plant. Full stick. No. Wider swing, and through the box he gets tracked and spammed by another Trick double kill. Cameron is getting bold. You hear that, Chad? He's saying he's just going to go and delete him. Looks like the fact that they've played this map before is actually coming to make a bit of a difference. Whoa, that was a little bit scary, that swing, to be honest with you. Are they playing just one to the left and one to the right? No, he wanted to underhand that flash to go for his own duel. And GB hit a bottom side peek that he wasn't quite ready for, Cameron. And now Trick's position just goes unknown. Eventually called. Nade in the hand, and Trick will eventually hit his swing. I always rock with Nate, but I had a feeling Trick had this one. Okay. Somebody said 9-1. That was kind of crazy. I'm with the 9-6. It's not game over yet. Not even close to game over yet. They need to get this next rifle round after they... I mean, assuming they lose this one. They need to get that next rifle round. Those fucking beer bottles. GB's got his kill no problem. And they're both here. I think that was a sound of a jump. No? Maybe not. I thought it was. How are you supposed to know that they never played the map? Looking it up. Listening to us in the pre-show mention that they haven't played it yet. You silly guy. The map is on display in the app. And you can also see what maps they've played previously. But I also did say it, to be fair, bro, so I apologize, but... Oh, they're coming up with a little strategy right now. Do you hear what they're cooking? Smoke himself and then get out if he wants. He's going to take the duel afterwards. Okay. See how that pans out. That molly will burn out. Not going to leave any CTs room to swing. Through the window they'll go. And now they're just hitting into the site. Tapped for a stick. It's going to go all the way. The spam isn't quite angled yet, I don't think. But if he wants to get out, that smoke's going to need to be better. And he's going to get wide swung by GB. Are they going to try and take it from the same angle of attack? I think I saw the head on the top of the smoke. Yeah. Bomber, man. 5-0. Ain't working. Dude was pushing Nate to win too hard. I wasn't falling for that ish again. Yeah, I thought Nate would win, but I thought it'd be close. This is a little bit nuts. It's time they lose. Were they due for a loss, chat, after all? They were due for the loss. Hell no, let them win all the time. Hitting the same window peak really just hasn't been doing it for them. Finally, they'll break through, though. And they get themselves a round. Now he's in the game, Cameron says. Ooh. There's the momentum. Swinging back. They seem to have a new energy about them. They seem to have a whole new lease onto life. Again, this double window swing. Oh, they're opping it this time, though. They thought that they were going to be able to just get their quick pick. Can you? No, they can't plant right now because of the incendiary, but they can wait. Opp is waiting for it. GB anticipating the swing. Are they going to repost? Not immediately. And he's got to make sound if he wants to drop off Nate. Actually, I think you could maybe silent drop if you walk towards the stairwell and just get off. I think. But the op's going to be on somewhere new. The op's just going to be ready and waiting. It should be right here. Hitting a mean peak in seconds. Nobody tucked. No jump scare. Op caught down now. Last player, he wasn't boosted early. Wasn't seen on the right side. So he just tucked there the whole time. Trick committed, man. Tough, man. Definitely a tough loss going on for the Kings. Changing their positions. GB really trying to keep it interesting and new. But they can't flank right, like he said. Camera gets spammed. And Nate can't get the plant off fast. He might just get swing pre-fired inside the smoke. The spam not going to come through afterwards. And now Nate's just got to worry. He can't come from that side, Nate. Little do you know right this second. And the spray's off the mark. 7-1, the halftime switch. The last solace is that they win the pistol round. They need it now. Trick and Goodbye have turned up tonight. Somebody hit the mean prediction on that one, I will say, and I give you full props to it. This is something new. This is the Nate and Cameron Kryptonite map right now. They ran the same kind of setups every round. Bomb Planter is going to be able to get off of it scot-free, but his teammate not so lucky. Nate drops the lot. Sayonara. Good lord. 1v1 me, noob. They get that pistol round. Okay, this is what they needed. It's going to take a long climb, I will say. And the problem with this is that now Trick and GB know how much they love that window. So they're probably going to end up dueling it themselves a pretty good amount. And now Trick having to worry about not only his wrap, but the topside sight too. Could hit the plant for free. That was the spam I was actually thinking that they could probably line up. It's a very interesting lineup you could probably hit if you're on the right angle. I'm curious. I'm going to need to play with that. Good nades being calmed off spawn too. That's Cameron really directing Nate in a good way to ensure that they use everything that they have appropriately and delegate the nades to the proper space. There's a little lip on that ledge that you can see over. It's a headshot angle. Pardon me for the tease. Nade to blow it. Nobody's seen, I don't believe. But now they're just waiting. They can hit the right at any time. The molly behind means that they're stuck in the site. And they hear them moving around. Very audible. Smoke to mid. And they're trying to play off one another. Good. Domed is GB. He had no head armor, so that likely means that Trick is also a player without any head armor. So they're going to hit that tap. Not gone full stick. Trick not going to take the bait. Not in the slightest. Where did he go? Is he in the window? Is he wrapping around? Nate's waited too long on this one. He sat on his hands, and he doesn't have the time to really just wait any longer. It's done. It's over. A tap gone now full stick. It's Trick's going to have to hit just a couple of shots. And they can't do it against the Pistols. Me and Nate just took a sip of our water bottles at the exact same time. That was so weird. Dude. That's the power-up that he needed. Now we're on the same wavelength. I'm joking. This should very well be the Trick and GB close. There shouldn't be much room for them to make any more of a mockery of them right now. The undefeated team brought their first loss only in a matter of moments, in a matter of rounds. A swing to the side. Trick has him from the window, and Cameron's the one who needs to pick up the pieces on 32 HP. He'd already gotten his kill, but needed to get another. I think that it might be too much to ask with 3 bullets in the chamber. It's Trick with 12 kills at the end, and a little bit of tilt coming in from Cameron there, unfortunately. The GGs are in, but a little bit of tilt, I must say. It does shine through. Not the greatest feeling ever. Team. Oh, wait. Hold on. I need the other half of your team. Team. Whoa. What did I just watch? That was utter destruction onto the team that's undefeated. They've never played the map before, but you made it look like they haven't even played in the league yet.
Trick did. Trick did. Trick did.
It's like Like if you can get into like a post plan on Brewery, it's over. If you're up against me, even 1v2, just give up.
Oh, okay. So Brewery is your map. That's your playground, is what you're kind of saying to me now.
Yeah. Their best bet's just stick bomb. Like, don't be tapping it. Don't be trying to like bait me out. Like, I'm just gonna talk.
What's
like stick it every time, please.
Dude, that was definitely a little bit of like a ring around the rosy moment going on at the end, I have to say. I was kind of confused as to what the next move was going to be when they ramped and didn't find you, and the next move was going to be dying, I guess. There was really no way around it for him. It looked like you had that one under control pretty easily, and from any point forward in that game, it was definitely true. So, talking about the earlier stages of that game, did you have any sort of a game plan that I didn't necessarily see on my end? Because, you know, we were having a conversation, myself, Nate, and Cameron, and we were saying that I think that map really does lend itself to individual plays being made on one side of the map or the other for T side, trying to crack things open. And on their T side, they actually, I'm pretty sure, swung the window every single round outside of one together.
Yeah, so that was one of the rounds that we lost. GB just kind of sold. He just like swung out into mid into like 2 of them. That's something a lot of teams have been doing against us, and all you can really do on the CT side if they're going to want to take that fight is just kind of like play back or just get an op up on it.
Sure.
We like to play more against the plant a little bit, not to like sell our strategy too much, but we just know the one bullet headshot on the T's, and against good players, like they're going to have the advantage, so may as well make them uncomfortable with whoever we can.
Definitely, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. GB, you picking up the AWP for a round or 2 there. How do you think that went, and how do you think the map lends itself to the AWP in general?
I think the map's pretty good for the op because you can kind of, there's a lot of sight lines you can hold down as long as you don't get smoked off, which a lot of teams are kind of lazy about smoking. So I think one of the kills I missed on the window peak, I'm not too sure, but I ended up getting a kill on the right lane, which was
I recall.
Yeah, which was good, but yeah, I think it lends itself pretty. The map is pretty good for op.
All right, very interesting. And last but not least, moving past your game and into the next one, the last one of the night too, I want to get your thoughts, because I really am actually enjoying the insights that some of the players are giving into some of these matchups too. This is a game that has been played before, and I think the result would probably shock you. It's Team Louie versus Team HAMBOOGA to close out on the night. And the last time that they played, it was a 9-2 for HAMBOOGA team, and that is like,
oh wow,
kind of like unheard of, I think, as far as like quote-unquote upsets go in this division so far. So that was also on Brewery, and in tonight's game they're going to be taking up each other on Brewery again, if I'm not mistaken. So
wow.
what do you,
Real
I mean,
rematch.
Yeah, real rematch. So give me a little bit of a thought process going through into this game in your justification if you were to give it one. We go one by one.
Yeah, I'm saying the host is gonna be a HAMBOOGA, so
correct.
I assume Louie is gonna have the map pick, so I would hope that Louie picks CT here, and they kind of have the gist of the map down after their last showdown. But if they can get away with like four or so rounds on CT, I think they can do damage on T side.
Do you concur, Trick?
I would say it just comes down to that default plant that you saw like both teams going for behind the box. If you can get an effective way to either set yourself up to get the kill as they're trying to like retreat from it, or deny that plant by like blowing the smoke, mauling the plant spot, and just buying yourself time to reposition, then that team's gonna come out on top. So I think the map's gonna come down to utility a little bit and just who understands what like the main objective is. Especially for the CT side, you don't need to like insta swing and get both of them, but having the patience to be able to like play out the round and be confident that you know what they're gonna do.
Okay, that's definitely a good way of looking at it, I think, considering you guys also had played a similar pattern to that in trying to really understand the ins and outs of these maps. You guys give me a good understanding, because I'm obviously not the one with the boots on the ground in this case, where a lot of other maps I can have more knowledge on. You guys have the first-hand, hands-on experience. So thank you for joining me and giving me all your feedback, as well as your insights on this upcoming game, and I wish you luck in your future matches. But for now, good night, as you've earned yourself a sleep.
Thank you, Tony. Enjoy the last match.
For sure. Thank you. Thank you. Well, Chad, you heard it here first. It seems that despite the last game not having gone the way that they had expected it to for the side of Louie and Wumbo, they are still going to be backing them, at least in the short term, as the team to take it over HAMBOOGA and Sky. Looks like you guys are also in the same boat. I mean, it's just a full-on 100% rematch. Same map, same teams. It's Louie and HAMBOOGA, though, that are on the back foot in that regard. But if we're going to look at the recent matches outside of their head-to-head. Wait, is that... Dude, they played last night? Oh my god, wait, this happened last night they lost. That might change things. I'm gonna give Louie and Wumbo a 9-7 win. 9-7 is probably where I'm gonna end with that one, because I think that that's a really huge gap created by HAMBOOGA and Sky in the last time that they'd played, but I don't know if it's enough, and I don't know if the consistency has been there for HAMBOOGA and Sky to really make me believe that they're 100% on board with these wins. But, you know, I guess we'll figure it out for ourselves. Had Team Louie even played Brewery before that is the question. I don't believe so. No, they have 0 experience on that map outside of last night. So they've gotten themselves another chance. How many kills for HAMBOOGA? Above 6. I think that was an easy one. I think it's absolutely going to be above 6, and it seems that everybody else is on that track, that same mind. First blood. Thinking Sky, are we? I can definitely get behind that. I'm not really like too much of a fan as far as the staking is concerned for the first blood in most matches, but with the host advantage, I think HAMBOOGA or Sky are probably the better pick for that. In my humble opinion, I think that those are the more safe places. With ping being more reasonable for one of those two players, we just don't know which of them it'll be. So the win for Team Louie, the over for the kill count on HAMBOOGA, and the first blood for either HAMBOOGA or Sky at your own discretion. But we're going to try and get our interviews on, as we have a very important last game of the night talks to be had between these players. And I think that Wumbo and Sky are definitely going to, or excuse me, Wumbo and Louie are definitely going to have something to say about this, because, you know, it's been kind of odd. It's been kind of odd. Unplug and unplug, you sound stupid and robotic. Chat, am I broken? We've been on almost the same page tonight, Tony. Oh, hell yeah. 9-7, 9-7, 9-6 or 7. I'm geeked. Dude, why is he geeked, chat? Why are we getting geeked? What are we getting geeked for? No, you're good? Fire, fire, fire. I don't know what happened, but I apologize for whatever ear destruction I may have caused by doing absolutely nothing. A real shame it would be if I've damaged your eardrums to the point of no return. Last time I'd caught Louie and Wumbo, I was pretty impressed with Wumbo in particular, actually. I think Wumbo was delivering some pretty interesting rounds and solid kills that you can rely on from a teammate, and that's always going to be a good look. We're going to be watching Louie to start. If you guys want to switch at some point in the game, let me know who, and we'll do it at halftime. That's what we're going to be doing. The halftime switch. The halftime shuffle. How many kills did they get in that game? Jeez, it's such a long game. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Somebody said to me that killed the entire team doesn't mean that they actually did. But it doesn't say here, like, look, it says HAMBOOGA kills Wumbo and then kills the entire team. But who killed Louie? We'll see. Louie, Wumbo, team,
Whoa.
chat, boys. I was just doing my little research on stream and on screen, and you played last night against these two guys on this map. I don't need to tell you that, but I need you to tell me what went wrong last night and what your adjustments are looking to be. Is not to give away your strat book or anything of that nature, as best as possible, but what are we thinking going into this one?
We know what to do, and we can't leak it.
Was it a map difference? Was it like your first time out on this one and you just had to kind of figure out how you wanted to work it?
Yeah, it was my first time.
Okay. But since then, I don't know if you've done any either like offline or like deeper talks on how to play this one out, but I'm sure based on what you just said, you did.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
Yeah,
I got my polo shirt on right now.
Okay.
This is all business.
Yes.
And you're about to see a business go down.
It's weird. You guys keep getting more and more business oriented for these games. It's like I'm gonna see you in a full on suit and tie and tux at some point, man. And I'm not complaining. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not complaining, bro. But you know, I'm gonna ask not only what your predictions for this game are, but I also want to ask what your thoughts on the map are itself after you've given me your prediction.
My prediction is probably like a 9-7.
Okay.
But this map's a little goofy. I don't know. It's too how do you say? It's not open enough. It needs to be a little bit more open.
Okay, too closed off. You think too claustrophobic?
Yeah.
Okay. Wumbo, how you feeling about the 9-7 thrown by Louie out into the air?
I think it's alright. I think it's gonna be a little because like last game was a little rough, but I think it's gonna be the same, like 4-9, but we're gonna take this one.
Okay. All right. You think you're going to reverse the tables basically like 100% on their head, and I love that confidence coming out from you too. So with that being said, this map definitely is one of the more interesting ones. I myself am definitely in the same camp that it gets a little bit awkward sometimes being so closed as it is, but once you start to figure out some of the ins and outs and the timings of things too, and the nature of the angles and the spams and the boosts, it's kind of almost like Palais rather in that regard, just not obviously as vertical. But we'll see if you guys have adapted to your new surroundings and if you're able to bring us a game tonight that you can say that you walked away with revenge and turn this into a true best of 3.
Yes, sir.
I'll catch you guys maybe in about 15 minutes time in that post-game interview, but until then, good luck.
Thank you, why not?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
HAMBOOGA and Sky. HAMBOOGA and Sky. Well. If it ain't the Karate Kids, you chopped right through these guys last night. It was like no contest from what I had seen, HAMBOOGA. What is up with that?
We prepped, man.
Did you? Is that what it was? It was full prep? You think that was actually what led into it? Because I don't know how much work anybody does anymore.
No, I'm lying. We didn't prep at all.
You joking?
Nope. We were just fucking. We just went in there raw.
Tell me some truths. Tell me some truths. How did it feel on that win? What did you think was going and flowing for you guys that was not maybe being foreseen? Was it actually just hard swinging? Was it a full game of individualism or what?
We were just locked in. That was just flow state, honestly, both of us.
Sky, you agree?
Really lucky. No, we just got really lucky.
Really lucky.
Yeah. There's like no skill involved at all.
Okay, yeah, no, good. Well, I mean, to have any skill in this game, you're going to need, because the world seems to believe that you are going to get above 6 kills, thankfully, HAMBOOGA, as you're the one of the additional stakes for this game. So, you know,
let's go.
Big ups to that. The world is on your side pretty much unanimously. But I want to know what you guys think as far as the score line for this game is going to be. You come off of a 9-2 last night, and it's kind of hard to get out of your mind. But obviously, them having played that for their first time ever on Brewery, I think that this might be a little bit of a different game.
Yeah, I was thinking, you know, we're going to end with the dub tonight, but they might end up getting maybe like 6-7 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Sky?
Sorry, I was just taking it back.
Yeah, no, yeah. No, yeah, it's all good. No, yeah. Take your time.
Yeah, just brain rot.
Yeah. What do you think what do you think it's really not even funny, honestly. You should be fined for that. I threatened to find somebody earlier, but you know, whatever.
This is a professional manner. I'd appreciate it if we didn't like joke around like this.
Louie is wearing a polo tonight, HAMBOOGA. You need to lock in.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Is it after his favorite player?
Does that mean he's locked in or what?
Yes, dude. He said full business. He said full business.
Full business? Okay.
What are you thinking? Last seconds before the staking closes. Sky.
9-6, yeah.
9-6. Okay, well, we're going to see if that is... Shut up and die. We're going to go into our game now. HAMBOOGA and Sky are going to be thrown into the game. And we're going to see... We'll see them. We'll see them in a little. We'll see them in a little bit. Good luck. Get out.
Thank you.
Chat, HAMBOOGA is a friend, okay? I can say these things. You, however, can't. Be respectful and be kind to the people and our players. We do not condone any sort of bad talk from our chats, and going into their chats and doing so is absolutely 100% frowned upon. So we'll see what is going to go down in this map as we do enter our first game, our last game of the night in a few moments. What happened? Bro, what do you mean what happened? What do you mean? Oh, don't even get me riled up, chat. You're killing me right now. You're actually going to bring out the inner toxicity. I'm going to blow up. Baby Jug thinking Louie. Giving it a good look-see. Oh, you missed it? Oh, damn. It's a shame. But it is just going to be outright into our match in moments. So who do we want to watch? Pardon me. Now that I can actually see you guys, who do you want to watch? Do you want to watch HAMBOOGA to see if he gets that 6 kills? Or do you want to watch Louie? I tuned into you rubbing your eyes, bro. Yeah, no, it was. I'm glad. No, I wasn't rubbing my eyes because they hurt. I was rubbing my eyes because of what was said. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let's move past it. Let's forget about it. I was gonna bet him or stake. You were gonna stake HAMBOOGA, so let's see if that's gonna hit. The homie is here. Louie better clap. Seems like people are thinking Louie. We're gonna stick with Louie. We need to win. That's what he's saying. I don't know if you can. If they got like an SMG, you might be able to run it into the middle and get aggressive. Especially with a flash from a teammate, maybe? We'll see. What? That's crazy. That's crazy, Louie's chat. They get USPs right now they're going to be fighting with, though. So just making sure you don't get hard swung from either side. Extremely important. Hamburguesa. HAMBOOGA beat them by 7 last night, even. Both of them now headshot, and Sky destroys the two of them. That's one hell of a way to play the plant. Louie. It's popping out my entire phone. The P250. Louie keeping it moving and grooving with the pistols and trying to deal some serious damage. It's so quiet across the map right now. Nothing happening from these T's who aren't budging. They kind of want them to just walk into their crosshairs. And that's the ideal way of playing this situation right now. And they don't really have anything to do other than bait them into their trap. HAMBOOGA snaps down the last of these heads on the low end. And they've already gotten themselves off to a hot streak. Bamboo's POV. Crazy. Bamboo is nuts. And now that nothing's happening on that left side, they could actually hit that boost, yeah. But now the timing gets funny. Wumbo's got the spray on. The window is not where Sky will be swinging from, but on the next angle. Holy moly. Sky is decimating. This map is not playing into the play style of Louie and Wumbo just yet. The Polo also hasn't activated its natural buff. Are they going to attempt to hit the fast boost? Okay. Louie's legs can be seen from that that angle, that really deep one below. Wumbo again being able to find the first of the 2 frags. Doesn't actually need Louie to do anything else after that. There's a smoke with an AK-47 inside, and Louie doesn't seem mentally boomed yet. Okay. The brains are moving. The ideas are flowing. Dropping both of your nades now and just trying to hold your position tight. That nade could be, I was going to say preemptively really good, but he throws it kind of right, unfortunately, into the railing, and HAMBOOGA with the hard swing. This would take another double kill from Wumbo. This time without a teammate to play off of. I do wonder what he could possibly do about this. What moves can he make? He's got an HE. He could blow a smoke with later. Good timing onto Sky, and HAMBOOGA was the player that they knew about earlier. Is it ring around the rosy right now for the 2 players that HAMBOOGA is going on the same hunt? Yes, it is! And Wumbo wins the clutch based on their curiosity. That's the clutch. Wumbo's on this. They're gonna hit a boost. Oh, I don't know how fast the timings are for the T's to get there. And yeah, that's a good comm. I think they are playing on that right side. They're hitting the plant. Are they playing for cover? Oh, the planter covered from the backside, but spammed through the box. They found the wall bang. They did it, chat. Wumbo was the one who predicted the perfect lineup to catch them, even if you aren't just hard swinging in. 3-3. Tight. If the T's walk out, they're going to need to clear it aggressively. HAMBOOGA or Sky, whoever it may be, they're going to need to be like 100% cerebral. They're going to need to walk up on this one and almost hit an instant headshot. Otherwise, they might be cooked. They have the HE grenade to blow the smoke, but they haven't heard the tap of the bomb, so they don't need to go absolutely insane. It's only a matter of time, though, before someone's got to make a move on the aggressing. 40 seconds. Smoke faded. They have another. And once they throw it, they have to go for their plant. Wumbo decimates Sky, leaves them with no time to react, and it's now Louie on the new angle. Will he pre-fire this, I wonder, HAMBOOGA? You could also plant under the midpoint of the map on the low side. There's the sound. Not gone all in. Louie's just going to wait for HAMBOOGA to leave, and that is the right call to make. Patience. See if we just play better is crazy. Patience. This is so odd. This angle, I really just don't know what to think of it, but right now we're going to see how it works. HE following the both of them, actually, and the incendiary stops them, stuffs them, wastes another about 10 seconds. Do they have the spam? Oh, no. They don't quite got it just yet. And another smoke that goes way deep. Or maybe just deep enough. They can hit this boost. This one is so dirty. We saw Frizzy hit this on their 9-0 game at the week start. The Blast player has to be deep left. Am I crazy? No, he's tucked close to the right. What a bait setup, and we go 4-4. We're tied. The last game of the night is kind of cooking. Walking towards the site with these pistols is not going to be simple. It's not as easy as it is when you get all the smokes, flashes, mollies, and all the fixings. The CTs have a much easier job, I would say, on this round at least. But Wumbo dealing early damage, that's a big win. That's good. They just need to play in coverage of one another. Oh no, and the dink doesn't actually come to matter just yet. Running HAMBOOGA down, he gets clotheslined. They get that bomb planted, though, so they get a couple extra $100. They could go for Mac 10s and a Galil. Or Mac 10 and a Galil. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but they're just going to whip out the Deeg. Oh, Wumbo might be influencing, bro. A little bit of peer pressure to buy. And now Louie is the more well-equipped of the two of them. They're going to hit this one fast. Short and sweet, though, are the utility pieces that are sent to stuff them. And now out for the plant. This is actually similar to what the pistol round looked like for HAMBOOGA and Sky. The boost as they plant. I really like that. I think that's definitely a way to catch your opponents off guard. But what's the next stage in this plan for Sky? What a clear, good lord. And the player up top goes down as well. Sky ripping it from the clutches of defeat. The jaws. 6-4. And another plant, another kill. And they can go for yet another investment. And if it worked as well as it did there, then who's to say that they can't make it work a second time around? Oh my gosh. Guys. Unreal. Big ups to Sky. That was insane, that first kill. It was literally instant. Nade flash combo for Wumbo to send them maybe deeper in towards their spawn. That's pretty good. For starters, at least. Doesn't really do you many favors or much good if you can't get a kill to collect off of it as well. The turn from Sky to the backline flank, expecting it. Having HAMBOOGA there, it makes sense. It's not a 9-2, but it isn't looking like the ultimate result of who will win is any different. Not right now. One in the center of the site. Tech9 hits the dink. That should be an easy kill. It should be, but actually, he goes down from the player on the backstab. There's a gun to be collected, but Sky gets around the box on the hunt and on the run. Dude. Tough scenes for Louie and Wumbo. Today has not yet been their day. Every dog typically does have their one, but this one is not it. The setup is absolutely perfect to be able to find him as they both peak simultaneously. It's now Wumbo thrusted into the 1v2 clutch. He did it before, and right now he's already starting. Pretty hot to trot. This is rough. Oh no, the beer bottle betrayal, dude. Dude, that's it. The beer bottles just let him know. That should be it. HAMBOOGA should have all the information necessary in order to make their next play. 45 seconds. Wumbo high on health. I don't know if HAMBOOGA was hit at all in the beginning. But Wumbo's wasting no time in clearing all angles. Everything. No stone left unturned. And that's the game, 9-4. They've done it again. They doubled their rounds, Louie and Wumbo, but it isn't going to be nearly enough to be said that they can take the victory. This is not our map, says Louie, and he might be on to something, unfortunately. That will be the end of them and the last interview of our night. For HAMBOOGA and Sky. Well, guys, you let them double their rounds.
I'm sorry.
No, it's whatever. I'm not even
Well,
mad.
at least like my prediction was wrong. They did not get 6 or 7 rounds.
No, they didn't. They actually got only 4, and we witnessed it look a little bit rough around the edges sometimes. I mean, I don't know if it was a ping advantage thing sometimes, but you were hitting them with some beamers on Louie's perspective. Like, it was ridiculous, some of the kills that were coming across. Sky decimated Louie in a 1 versus 2 on the close range MP9, I must say. And I thought that that was a round done right there. Not even close. You guys kept that one kicking. How do you guys feel that one had went compared to last night, other than just being obviously a little more difficult?
It was pretty smooth sailing, I'd say. It was like probably like maybe like 5% harder.
Really?
Yep, I was definitely functioning at like maybe like 10% of my true potential, you know.
I'm also really tired. I was up since like 1 a.m. today, and I took like a 2-hour nap beforehand.
2-hour nap?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's insane. That's crazy from you guys.
That's how you get fucking powered up though for 1v1, man.
That's definitely, I guess, the way to do it. When I'm the same way, I'm the broadcaster, and I be taking naps to get ready for these things. So I guess that's the tech. But GG's to you. What a wonderful win, and what a way to go 2 for 2 on that back-to-back. You're starting to prove a little bit of consistency here, and I think that the people are definitely going to be fans of that going forward. So congratulations to you, and I hope that you come back with a little bit of that same energy.
Oh, thank you.
Of course, man.
Absolutely. Good night, team. And good night to you, the viewer. We're going to close shop for 1v1 me for tonight. Obviously, tomorrow's another day, another dawn, 10:30 Eastern, and we will be, or rather, excuse me, 11 Eastern, and we will be returning for more Counter-Strike. But until then, I bid you adieu. My name's Why Not Tony. I hope that you guys had a good time with this one, as I always intend to. No more 6-7, and I absolutely hate this. The world is always against me. We'll see you again real soon.